Welcome back to Fit Body, Fit Mind, the free exercise sessions. Now this is our intermediate strength training program. If you have not worked out at all with resistance before, go to our beginner video. You need to start there. You need to build up the strength. You need to build up some knowledge about working with resistance, and then you're welcome to come and try the intermediate video. The most important thing that we teach in Fit Body, Fit Mind is always pick the amount of resistance that you can handle safely. What that means is that you can move it through a complete range of motion with total control and correct form. If you're finding that you're straining in any way or contorting, you're going like this, or you're jerking the weight up just to move it, that's a quick way to get injured. And that's the opposite of what Fit Body and Fit Mind is here for. So make sure that you pick an appropriate amount of weight. You're better off erring on the side of too light than too heavy. The minute you try to pick up weight that's too heavy, when you try to do that based on your ego, that's when you're going to get injured. We want to make sure that you're fit for life. This has nothing to do with, competing in the Olympics and a weight up. That's not this program. If that's what you're looking for, go somewhere else. What we're trying to do is develop strength so that you have the mobility, the strength, the flexibility for your everyday activities, and also to go out and see the world. Too many people lift too much weight and they hurt themselves. That's not what we do. So what I want to teach you first, well, before I get there, is make sure that when you work out with resistance, get a pair of weight gloves. These weight gloves are padded on the fingers, they're padded on the palms, and what they do is they take away the pain of contact with whatever resistance you're working out with. When you don't have that pain, it's a lot easier to work with the weights because you can actually focus on proper form and control. This will also prevent you from getting calluses, which will be appreciated by the people around you. So try on some weight gloves, find ones that fit snug but not too snug. Velcro straps are a really good idea, and just wear these every time you work with resistance and you won't have to worry about that kind of pain. The other point I want to make is the only kind of feeling that you want to have when you're working with weights is exertion. You want to feel like you're working your muscles, but you don't want to feel like you're injuring your muscles. You don't want to feel pain in your shoulders, pain in your elbows, your wrists, your back. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you're able to move this weight without pain, but you want to exert yourself. There's a difference between going like this with a weight and going, wow, I feel that, right? And coming up. Then coming up and going, whoa, what was that? You don't want that, because once you're injured, you're out of the game. So the other point we want to make is respect the weights. If you're working out with dumbbells, any kind of free weights, or resistance bands, respect the weights. And what it means with dumbbells is, when you pick them up, whether you're bringing them out onto the floor at the gym, or you're working out at home, always move them with proper form. You want to get down, grab the weights like this, make sure that you're firmly planted, and then come up using your knees. Straight back. You want to use your knees to get up here, and also the muscles in your buttocks. You want to come up with strength and control. The minute you start throwing around weights in a gym or at home with improper form, I'll give you an example, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to totally be injured. But the minute you start putting weights down like this, you're stepping forward and you're throwing them down, the minute you start doing that, I can guarantee you're going to pull your upper back. We're just not mechanically designed for that. So everything we have to do while we're resistance training has to be done with proper mechanical form. Mechanical form that keeps all the alignment that our body needs. We need to have a nice tight core. We need to engage our abdominal muscles and engage our back muscles to control this. This is the trunk. Picture a straight line going right down into the ground. This is the trunk. The minute you start contorting the trunk to do things, that's when you're going to get hurt. We don't want to get hurt. We want to be fit for life. Fit body, fit mind for life. We want to age well. So what I'd like to do first, right now, we're going to do curls. This is one of the most basic exercises, and it's a great place to start because it'll give you a feel for the weights, and it's working our biceps primarily. So come down, have your weights at shoulder width, come down, feel the weights, come up like this. Nice and easy with total control. If you don't have total control, you will injure your back or your shoulders. So once we have that, what I like to do is take a step forward, have my heel in line with my toe. That way, when I'm coming forward with the weights, I have a little bit of control off of that front leg. Because if I just do it like this, too much of the tension is in my lower back. So what I like to do is step forward, put the weights in front, and then come up. Now, how many reps you do, how many times you do this exercise per set is up to you. I recommend 8 to 12. 8 to 12 is good. If you reach 12 and it gets too easy for you, then you can go up weight a little bit. Don't go up substantially. Don't go from 10 pounds to 20 pounds. Go up in increments. Make sure that you still have proper form and control over the weight once you reach that. If you cannot do 8, then it's time to go down in weight a little bit. And if you can do substantially less than that, drop the weight. Don't let your ego get in the way. We want to be fit. That's the point of this program. So now what we're going to do is put the weights in front of us and come up nice and easy. I'm not jerking. I'm not contorting. I have control, and I can feel the weight through the full range of motion. So that's 2, 3, elbows in, wrists facing out, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You should have total control and form throughout that entire exercise. Now bring your foot back, and again, with total control and form, set the weights back down on the floor. And then come up. That's what we need to do for every exercise, whether we're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. When people forget about proper form, when they hurry, when they have some kind of conquest to make, that's when they get hurt. We're not going to get hurt. We're a fit body, fit mind, your practical guide to aging well. If you want to age well, it doesn't include injury. So let's move on to the next exercise. Now we're going to do the triceps extension, which the curl worked our biceps. This works our triceps. Now amazingly, when people are looking for any kind of bulk, they always forget the triceps, and actually the triceps grows larger faster than the biceps. Now that said, when we're working out with weights, we're not using so much weight that we're going to bulk up. You'll have to spend an awful lot of time at the gym to bulk up. So what we're doing is we're getting strength and we're toning our muscles. So don't worry otherwise that you're suddenly going to become the Hulk. We're just trying to tone, get enough strength to have mobility, and to be able to do our everyday activities in sports. So here's what we do for the triceps extension. Come down safely. Feel the weight like this. Grab it with both hands. Come back up. There you go. Nice straight back. Now, be careful. What we're going to do is lift the weight up like this and put it behind our heads. Don't hit your head, don't hit your neck, and don't hit your upper back. This is not about getting injured. And what we do is we force the weight up like this. That's 1, So keep your elbows near the top of your head. Keep them straight, off your shoulders. That's 2. 3. Total control. Keep good form. You should have your core muscles should be engaged. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. And bring it over your head carefully. Again, total form, total control. If you're straining, you're contorting, or you have to jerk that muscle, if you have to move really fast, don't do it. Lower down that amount of weight. So now we're going to put it down carefully. There we go. So that's your triceps extension. Okay, now we're going to do push-ups. Now push-ups is an exercise that you have to work up to be able to do. Having this kind of upper body strength naturally isn't that easy. So if you don't have this type of strength yet, what you can do is a modified push-up. What you basically want to do is get up on your hands and knees, have your knees hip width, and have your hands right underneath your shoulders. This is a modified push-up. And what we'll do is we're just going to go down like this. Keep your elbows going back. Don't have your elbows flaring out. That's not mechanically correct. And just keep doing this. Bring your chin down near the mat. And what our point is to build up strength in your upper body so that first you can do 8 to 12 of these, and then once you're starting to feel confident that push-ups are working for you, then you'll be able to do regular formed push-ups. And at this point, what I like to do is use these handles. Push-up handles are good for me because I spend most of my day writing or typing. And that means that I put an awful lot of stress on my carpal tunnel inside my wrists. And if I use these handles, instead of having my hand flat down, because when it's flat down I feel it right there, if I use these handles, it turns it inward, and it's more natural, and it takes the pressure off the inside of my wrist. I do not want to get carpal tunnel syndrome. So I recommend that if you feel pain when you put your hands down like this, if you feel it right in there, then get a set of these handles. They're very inexpensive. So what I do for regular push-ups, again to build strength right here and it builds core strength, is come up like this. My arms are straight. They're right, a straight line from my shoulders to the handles. I'm up on the toes of my feet. My back is straight. You want your back straight. You don't want to sag in. If you're sagging in, you're not ready for this. Go back to modified. And you don't want to have to bulb your back out either. You want your back straight. That gives you a good core workout. And again, we'll do 8 to 12 of these. And this is one of those exercises that you should always do. So as you get better at it, just increase the number that you do. This will also prepare you if you plan to do any bench presses. So here we go. Elbows in, nice and easy, controlled. Don't rush them, don't pump. You're going to hurt yourself if you do. Keep that back straight. There we go. Then come on to your knees. Proper form. Proper form is the most important part of these exercises we're doing. I would rather that you worked out with what seems like a little less exercise or weight than you need in the beginning, than that you pile the weight on, or that you do this, shooting for 50 right out of the box, or 25 right out of the box, and you hurt yourself. Don't rush it. When you go gradually and you keep correct form, you're building strength. When you go fast incomplete form because you're trying to prove something, that's when you get hurt. So now we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is the bent over row. Now this exercise is going to work our lower backs and our shoulders. It has to be executed carefully, just like every other exercise we're going to do, with proper form and total control. So choose an amount of weight you can handle safely. I would recommend with this exercise, start a little bit light when you're beginning. It can be that challenging. So what I'm going to do is get down, grab the weight, have my back nice and straight, my head up, come up, there we go. So this is our starting position. Now come forward to about 45 degrees, keep that back straight, keep your head looking down, and then row it up. So I'm pulling this up, I can feel it in my shoulders, I can feel it in my back. If you feel any kind of twinge in your lower back, stop, come upright, and lower those weights down safely. Any kind of twinge is saying you're not doing it right. So get that 45-degree angle, keep your back nice and straight, use your core. I'm heading for 8, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm going to show you one more because our point is to row. Keep your elbows going back. There we go. So that's 9. So now I'm going to come back up, proper form, and lower the weights back down. So that's your bent over row. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is a compound exercise. Essentially it combines 3 exercises into one fluid motion. This is going to involve a squat, a hammer, and a military press. Now what I want you to remember when we're doing this is proper form and control. You want to do it in segments. You don't want to do it as one fluid movement, and you also don't want to do it without engaging your core. It involves your stomach muscles and your back muscles, your shoulder. It involves pretty much your whole body. Your whole body will benefit from this exercise if it's done right. If it's not done right, you're going to risk injury, you'll be knocked out of the game, and that is the opposite of fit body, fit mind, your practical guide to aging. We want to be healthy, we want to be mobile, we want to be able to do our everyday tasks, but we also want to be able to go out and see the world and participate in sports and everything else. We want to be mobile, we want to see the world, we want to engage our world. So what we want to do is be careful. Now I'm going to show it to you first without the weight. And really, I suggest you do it without the weight or with a super light weight the first couple of times. So we're going to come down. Now pretend that I'm picking up the weights. My back is straight, my feet are planted. I'm using my knees and my buttocks to come up. There we go. So that's the squat. That's the first part. Then we're going to hammer curl the weight up to our shoulders. That's the second exercise. Then we're going to turn our wrists out and we're going to military press that weight over our heads. So that is a triple move. Then we're coming back down, hammer down, and we're squatting. That counts as 1. So we'll do that 8 times. And again, I want you to do it as segments. I don't want you to do it as bump, 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 bump. That's how you get hurt. You want total control, no contorting, no straining, and no jerking the muscles around. I want you to really be careful with these weights doing this. So let's go down. Now we're grabbing our weights. Feet are planted, back is straight. Come up using your knees and your buttocks muscles. And your core muscles, your abdomen and your back is engaged. Now, here we go. Hammer it up. There we go. That's the second move. Then we corkscrew it into the military press. There we go. Now we come back down, then down, and down. Now that counts as 1. Here comes 2. Hammer, military, back down, hammer, squat, squat, hammer, military, back down, down, down. If you're feeling any kind of extreme strain you're contorting, get a lighter weight. Do it right now. Stop what you're doing, get a lighter weight. You want total control, you don't want pain, you want exertion. Two different things. I think this is 5. Down, down, down. 6. 7. 8. There we go. And down. Now again, put the weights down carefully, control them the whole time you're working out, when you're picking them up to start, when you're exercising, and you're putting them back. Always maintain control, proper mechanical form. Now it's time for pull-ups. Pull-ups are an extra for expert type of exercise because basically what you have to do is take one of these wall-mounted pull-up bars, which goes right into the door, and you have to grip it, you have to hang, and you have to pull yourself up. Now that's not easy for a lot of people. So what do? We modify it. How? Here. You move a chair in underneath the pull-up bar. Now, only do this if you have good balance and you're comfortable standing on top of a chair. You also want to have someone spot for you the first couple of times until you get used to it. You may also always need someone to spot for you because what we're going to do is get up on the chair, underneath the pull-up bar, crouch down, and then pull up primarily with our arms, but assist as much as needed with our legs. So it's just like this. I'm building upper body strength, but I'm assisting with my legs. And then let's say that I was shooting for 8 or so of those, ultimately, 8 to 12. What you don't want to do when you're working with a pull-up bar is don't bounce the bar, don't swing on it, don't do anything like that. Make sure also that it's rated for your weight. You want to make sure that your door jamb can handle it. These pull-up bars, if you get the wrong one, if you get one that's not properly cushioned, you can damage your door frame. So please, make sure to buy one that has cushions. Make sure that it fits your door frame securely. Test it without putting your full weight on it. If you feel any kind of looseness to the bar, don't use it. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations. Make sure that it's safe, it's secure. You don't want to fall on the ground from a pull-up bar. So I just showed you the assisted version. And this is working our chest and the sides of our torso and also in the back too. It's a great exercise, but it does take work. It does take patience and it takes time to work up to do 8 to 12, 8 to 15 of them. But it's just fantastic for the upper body. Not only on the upstroke does it feel good because you're working all of this, but it also on the downstroke, oh boy, the stretch you get through your back, through your chest. So now I'll show you the unassisted version. So what you'll want to do is try to build up doing the assisted version, again with someone spotting for you, and then once you're comfortable with that, then what you want to do is, every now and then throw in an unassisted version. So let me show you. So I grab the bars like this, come down, put my weight on my arms, and come up. All the way down, and chin just above the bar. And again, if you're going to do pull-ups, remember, extra for experts. I don't care if you skip this exercise and find something else that will work those same muscles. Another great option is some sets of resistance bands. They come with a door stop. So you can actually take the band, attach it to the door, get down, and do it like this. That's the exact same benefit I'm getting from the pull-ups. It's still working this. So we've discussed during several of our exercises the importance of core strength, having a strong set of abdominal muscles and a strong back, strong hips, to act as a core for all of the other exercises you do. If you don't have a strong core, if you don't have this putting in some strength, then when you go to curl or you perform any other exercise, your trunk is going to do this. You're going to hurt your back or your hips or your shoulders. The core is critically important. Now, a lot of the exercises we do, because we have to engage the core, it actually works the core as we're exercising. But these exercises we're doing right now, our abdominal exercises, are very specific to the core. So what we'll do first is the standard crunch. For a crunch, put your feet flat on the floor, put your hands behind your back, behind the back of your head, and then come up, engaging your abdominal muscles. Just like this. It's not a sit-up. I'm not going all the way up. We have our legs bent because it protects our lower back. And we don't go all the way up for the same reason. We're protecting our back. So it's not a sit-up. Just bend your knees, put your feet flat on the ground, and do this. And again, if you haven't done these before, work up. It's one of those exercises that at some point you'll want to be able to do about 15 of them, and then some people go on from there. You might want to be able to go up from 15, gradually up to 30, and maybe up to 45. It depends on what your objective is. But the main thing this is doing, it's giving us a nice strong core. Okay, so that's our first abdominal exercise. One point I would like to make is if you're shooting for a six-pack stomach, abdominals, they build the strength, they build the muscle somewhat, but really it's diet that makes all the difference in the world if that's what you're shooting for. Now, at 50 plus, I'm really not concerned about whether I have a six-pack or not. What I'd rather have is the strength to do my everyday exercises, participate in the sports I enjoy, and just have a nice solid foundation. If you have to pick up bags of groceries or you're doing workout in your yard or whatever, you just want to make sure that you have a nice amount of strength here so whatever it is, it doesn't throw you off and you don't injure your back. I mean, really, doing core work ultimately protects your back, and that's one of the major vulnerability points for people. So now the next abdominal exercise we're going to do is the torso twist. So basically, let's start like this, flatten our legs down, and what we're going to do is lift this elbow like this, and then like this. Now keep the other leg off the ground. So each pair of these counts as one. So you can see, it's almost like the crunch, but I'm matching my elbow to the knee. And what this is doing is working the muscles on the side of my abdomen. The side abdominals are getting a nice workout. Again, don't go too fast. You don't have to pump it. Go nice and easy. So that's pretty much our abdominal workout. Now there are dozens of abdominal exercises. There are dozens of ways to work your biceps, your triceps, your chest, your back, your hips. So if any of these exercises don't quite work for you, if you hear like any kind of snapping in your hips or in your shoulders, try one of the other exercises. Modify it so it works for you. So what I usually do is if something completely does not work for me, I eliminate it. If I hear like some kind of clicking but I think I can work around it, then I'll slightly modify my posture. Or I'll find a completely different exercise that works the same major muscle group. So always play smart, do your research if you're having any kind of pain, speak to a trainer, speak to a physical therapist, speak to your doctor, because there are always workarounds. And what we're shooting for is fitness. Fit body, fit mind, your practical guide to aging well. That's what we're trying to do. We want a lifetime of fitness. We want to certainly get older healthy, but we also want to have maximum mobility. We want to be able to embrace the world. And if you haven't already, please go online, go to Amazon.com or my website, myfitbodyfitmind.com. Go to that site. It will take you right to my book, which is Fit Body, Fit Mind, Your Practical Guide to Aging Well. And everything that we did in this exercise session is there. Also, there's mind exercises, there's recipes. It's all fad-free. This is all stuff that's scientifically proven, it's commonly accepted, and it will make you healthy. And it doesn't require really expensive equipment. It doesn't require hours and hours and hours of dedication. You can get fit, you can get healthier by just applying yourself for a few hours a week. So please, go to Amazon.com, look up Fit Body, Fit Mind, go to My Fit Body, Fit Mind. We have a link that you can click on to get the book. And again, it has practical advice. This is fad-free, it's common sense, it's achievable, and please give it a shot. You're worth it. So I'll see you in the next exercise session.